Hey, what's going on, guys? It is your good friend Matt. We're back again here today at the only place that we always can be. And as you already know, that is Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. Today, guys, first off, as you can already tell, or maybe you can't, but the room has been reconfigured. We have moved some stuff around here. I'm still working on the lighting. I'm trying to get a couple other things done with that, hopefully in the near future. I'd actually like to get a light right off this wall that's in front of me, directly at me, because we've already got lighting from both sides. Got the light behind me, so obviously once we get that one posted up in front there, I think we'll really be doing good. But today, we're back again with another episode of Let's Talk About It. And as I've already said, guys, we really want to start doing these more on the channel. I really want to start putting them out there more for you guys. I enjoy doing these videos, and I enjoy you guys, giving me your feedback and watching them and the likes and any comments. It really does mean the world to me. So I do appreciate that right off the rip. I want to say thank you to all of you for continuing to watch me and support me and be a part of this channel and this community and everything that is MWC. So, with another episode of Let's Talk About It, let's get right into it. Let's talk about Randy Orton and his heel turn and WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes. Let's talk all about it right here, right now, and let's sit back, let's relax, and let's have a good time here. So, we're going to jump right into this. The first thing I do want to say is going back now 2 weeks. It's actually going to be 3 weeks. Well, really, it is 2 weeks. I'm sorry. If we're talking about Friday, which as of the recording of this video, it is Thursday. So Friday being tomorrow, it will be officially 2 weeks since we've seen that first night of Randy Orton going completely crazy on Cody Rhodes. And I think that now that we've had almost 2 weeks to digest what's going on, we've also had the encounters of last week on SmackDown, seeing Randy Orton kind of going through the phases and the motions of many different things, and getting Matt Cardona in there, which was great. I really, really hope that Matt Cardona gets a much needed push into I don't want to sit there and say that the guy needs to be a world title challenger. He doesn't need to be world champion off the rip. I'm not saying that needs to be the case, but I really do think that it would be an amazing thing for him to possibly get into that storyline with a world champion. Maybe kind of go through the motions of that, and then at some point, potentially capturing a U.S. title, an Intercontinental title. Tag team, I don't really think would make a lot of sense for Cardona. I mean, granted, there's a lot of guys in the industry that are still there that I'm sure he could tag with, and it would be great, and I'm sure they could make something great out of it, but I'd really like to see something other than that. And ooh, careful! I just noticed we got a Gatorade bottle over there. Careful, Sami Zayn. I don't want to knocking water bottles and all kinds of stuff around. I just noticed that. But so to make a long story short here, guys, and to make this intro kind of done and over with here, let's jump into this and let's just talk about what we have at hand. So Randy Orton with this crazy persona, I guess you could say, of the Viper, the voices in his head, and essentially a heel turn. But really, it wasn't a heel turn, because I feel like when you have guys like Orton, guys like Brock, guys like, let's see, who else could I even put into that category? You could even say The Miz. The Miz could even be in there. I think that would be one that would also work. Of course, I mean, we can go back to the days of old, and we could say guys like Stone Cold. It would be the easiest way to put it. But it is the anti-hero, but it is the hero that is the villain. So for me, here's my thing. I love Cody Rhodes. I think that, he is an absolutely phenomenal talent. I'm so glad that WWE wound up getting him back all these years ago now, back at WrestleMania 38. And we've seen just such a crazy progression of what has gone on. WrestleMania 38 versus Rollins, WrestleMania 39 against Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 40 against Roman Reigns yet again, and then 41 with John Cena. And now we're coming into WrestleMania 42 with Randy Orton. So really a great run of WrestleManias for Cody Rhodes. I mean, there is no doubt about that. But we look at what's going on, and it's kind of funny when you think about it that last year Randy Orton was taking out Joe Hendry in Joe Hendry's first ever WrestleMania and WrestleMania appearance. And now this year he's facing Cody Rhodes for the world title. Here's my thing. I feel as though Randy has to win this match. There is no other way about it. I think Randy Orton has to capture that 15th title. I think he has to capture it at WrestleMania. Do I think this is the last world title that Randy Orton will ever see? That is up for debate. I would love to see Randy Orton, I would love to see Randy Orton tie Ric Flair for most world titles. I think that he deserves it before he goes. So he's got to get this one, and he's got to lose this one to get it again. So what would be the ideal situation for this? And let's talk about, just in general, his whole turn here. Well, when it comes down to it, the fans obviously want Randy Orton to win. I think the fans are more so behind Orton than they are behind Rhodes, and I think that's not so much of a characteristic thing. I don't think that means that Cody is losing fan power. I don't think that he is losing the fan base. I just think that we are, as fans, knowing and noticing that this is Randy Orton's time to shine. This is Orton's big break here one more time to finally get to that, top of the mountain, top of the totem pole, and to sit amongst the throne that he has been on so many times before. Now, with that, I think Orton has an immense amount of pressure on him, and I think that also may play factor into this match and into what we see as the story plays out through the match. Now, again, with all of these factors coming into play, he is now also making phone calls. He's making a call to somebody who is going to show up, I believe. I don't know if they said it was going to be SmackDown of this week, tomorrow, as of the time of this video. I do believe that is what they're planning on doing, though. I think that mystery person is going to be revealed come Friday. Now, here's my issue that I guess we have to really set into where this all plays in. A lot of people have factored names. They've said, people like Ric Flair. They've even said Triple H. They've said Batista. They've said, obviously all of Evolution. They have also said potentially Ted DiBiase Jr., and especially with the recent and current events that he has gone through and being found not guilty of all those charges. I mean, I would assume that WWE, if that is now null and void, can operate with that without problem. I think that would be realistically what we'll see. But is it going to be Ted DiBiase Jr.? I don't know. That is going to be the big question that we will, I guess, find out tomorrow or find out in the very near future. I don't think that they're going to make their appearance at WrestleMania. I think they're definitely going to come in prior to that. But with all of these different things, who else could it be? Could it be the legendary Cowboy Bob Orton? Could it be Randy's father? Could he be the one that makes a crazy return? I don't know if that would be even a thing at this point. Obviously Bob Orton, and with no disrespect, an absolute legend, an absolute pioneer, a trailblazer without a doubt. But how well could he fit into a storyline right now? I don't know if that would make 100% of the sense that we're looking for here. Could also be Kevin Owens. A lot of people have spoken on that being the possibility. So Kevin Owens could very much be that as well. A lot of factors here. Like I said, a lot of factors and a lot of different things here. So hopefully we will see, something that is a mind blow. You know what I mean? Something where you're really like, wow, this was worth all of this anticipation. And I feel that the biggest, anticipation of this would definitely be to see either, Ted DiBiase, Ric Flair, or Batista. Obviously, if it was Triple H, we already see Triple H. It's not like he's non-scene, invisible. He's not behind the scenes and never out there. We see very much of Triple H in the spotlight. And I'm sure some of you would even say with WWE 2K26, we have seen probably too much of Triple H in the spotlight. But again, that is all up for debate, all up for your own personal opinion. And we will be doing a review, let's talk about WWE 2K26. That will be coming very soon. As of tomorrow, we've had the game now for 2 weeks. 2 weeks to really get into it. 2 weeks to, really play and digest and take in all of that stuff. So we will get to that at some point. But as far as it goes with all of this stuff with Orton, as far as it goes with just everything that is Randy Orton and what is happening with him right now, I don't think it's bad. I don't think any of it's bad. I think this is great. I think it's great for business. I think Orton plays such a great heel and can be a great heel that is also loved at the same time. I mean, like I said, very Stone Cold Steve Austin-esque in this situation. I mean, he is definitely that guy. There is no doubt about it. And I would love to see nothing more than Triple H, letting Orton go over in this match. That's what I think needs to happen. And of course, I understand that at the end of the day, it is a booking committee, but as we've seen, it seems to be very much, Triple H has the final word, kind of like Vince McMahon used to have the final word. So I do really, really hope that Triple H will allow Randy Orton to get that 15th title and also to, capitalize on this moment at WrestleMania. I think that's the biggest thing. With that being said, and with all of this coming together, we will see this play out over the next 3 to 4 weeks as we still go till WrestleMania. I am beyond happy that this is turning out the way that it did. When originally when Cody Rhodes had pinned Drew McIntyre for the belt, I was very upset with that decision. And I guess as time has gone on, I have enjoyed more of this. I like it more. But could you imagine if Randy Orton had pulled this crazy Viper attack on Drew McIntyre? I mean, that would have been something even, crazier to talk about because of just what it would imply, I guess, amongst these two men that are just such, warriors in battle, and the way that Drew operates as well. I think it is just something that is, it's an incredible story that is going to need an incredible payoff. For Cody to beat Randy Orton, of course, I think that is very much the passing of the torch moment in some ways. But we already saw that with Cody and Cena. And like I said, does this mean that Cody has to take out every single guy, every single person from the past? I mean, literally, he beat Brock Lesnar. He's beaten Roman Reigns. He's beaten John Cena. He is now going to have to beat Randy Orton. But of course, he's also already beat Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens and a lot of guys that are, bigger names in the industry today. And of course, some of those being, truly legends or on their way to be legends. And I don't even want to, put this in the category to make Randy Orton an older guy by any means. But Randy is a legend at this point. I mean, Randy Orton has been in this industry where we've been able to see him since 2002, 2003. I mean, you're talking going way back to when I was in elementary school. Randy Orton was my guy. Cena was my guy. That whole OVW class was just nothing but class. I mean, it's crazy. But when you look at those, as some people like to joke and say, the Fantastic Four of, Cena, Brock, Orton, Batista, and we can't leave out Shelton Benjamin. I mean, he really does round out that top five. Without a doubt. But, when they talk about that Fantastic Four and they talk about, again, like I said, Brock, Cena, Orton, and of course, none other than, Batista, as it just left my mind there for a second, but Batista as well. And I mean, it would just be crazy, though, to see Orton, do this again. He's the last of that breed. I mean, Brock is still around. Shelton Benjamin is still around. It is a timetable, a time-ticking moment here where we have to see who is going to be the last person to still be standing in all of this. Will it be Randy? Will it be Brock? Will it be Shelton? I mean, who is going to be the one that goes the longest? If I had to personally guess, if I had to personally take my pick, it would have to probably go between Orton and Brock just because of their style. Benjamin is amazing, incredible, acrobatic, super skilled without a doubt. I just think that when it comes to the body of work that Shelton Benjamin has gone through over the years, I think he's probably put his body maybe through a little bit more than the other parties involved. So we'll see who outlasts the rest, but I will say, as far as it goes for a world champion and for the absolute, just pinnacle of what you would call a professional wrestler, and as JBL has said it many times, as many others have said it many times, Randy Orton is the guy. Randy is that guy. There is no doubt about it. So if you are looking into what would be the best outcome for this and where does this go, I think Orton needs to take this all the way into WrestleMania. I think he needs to win that world title, get that 15th belt, and he will then surpass Triple H. He will then be, third in line as far as most recognized world title reigns, with it obviously being Cena and then Flair. So right now, we would have to see what happens. We'll have to see how this all plays out. And I would very much, very, very much like to see Randy Orton take this victory and I think that's what we're going to see here come WrestleMania. I think that's just what it is. I feel like the writing is on the wall. I feel like this makes the absolute most sense. We will have a whole video talking about just WrestleMania 42 and its predictions and my predictions and what we will see, what we might see, what we might not see, whatever it may be. We will have that video out very soon. So be on the lookout for that, guys, because I think this is another episode of Let's Talk About It. And I think we're wrapping this one up here. And of course, like I said, a great run for Randy here. I think it really needs to be him getting that title back. I think he's proven it with this absolute, deranged, dominance that he has put over Cody Rhodes, put over the locker room. And I truly believe that it is his time to get this 15th World Championship. So hopefully we will see that. And like I said, we have many more episodes of Let's Talk About It. We are going to do WrestleMania 42 predictions. We are going to do a review on WWE 2K26. We're going to talk about Ronda Rousey and AEW and her fight with Gina Carano and Netflix and the UFC. We're going to put that out there very soon as well and kind of talk about that a little bit and how it's, how we feel that's going to turn out, how that's going to play out. But that's all for another few videos. But again, guys, for another episode of Let's Talk About It here, and as we talk about the great one that is the Viper, Randy Orton, the absolute legend, the icon, even probably the GOAT in a lot of people's eyes, no doubt about it. But Randy Orton, I think, is going to go on and be dominant against Cody Rhodes, and I think that's what we are going to see come WrestleMania 42. We'll see what happens. We'll see where my predictions lie as we go into that video very soon. Very soon here on the channel, we will definitely put that out, and we'll see how WrestleMania 42 turns out, as it is only a few weeks away, and it will be here and gone before we know it, as I say every year. So with that being said, guys, I appreciate each and every single one of you for being here. If you haven't already, make sure you go over to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, because that's usually up there somewhere, right? You got to hit that bell icon. Make sure you do that if you want to see and hear from me each and every single day. And as always, guys, leave a comment on this video. Tell me what you think about Randy Orton, his heel turn, his anti-hero, villainous type persona that is going back into play right now. You tell me what you think. Is it going to happen? Is it going to be all for nothing? Does Cody Rhodes retain at WrestleMania 42? It's all something that we will talk about in the near future. So until then, guys, stay safe, stay tuned, and I will see you all there.